there's so many people just popping up out of nowhere, you know, and I know they're social media stars, but like that's what we were back then, you know, like now they actually have a platform to show it. You know, we were all making like little YouTube videos. Now with the social media, it's so much easier to get to, and it's on your phone. Like before, you'd have to go on a computer to watch what we were doing, but it's so easy now. It is like diluted because everybody's trying to do it, but just film yourself and do it consistently.
Welcome back to the Underdawgs channel. Hope everyone's had a great day. We want to today introduce a guest of ours, Thomas, to you guys. And we appreciate every subscriber that's watching and following us every day. It's really important for our journey to document our lows and highs. And right now, the 83 subscribers that we have, we really appreciate you. I'm sure you guys appreciate them. And thank you so much. 83,
let's go.
Pretty crazy.
We're on what, episode 14 right now? Yeah, so episode 14.
Bro, I think it's 15, brother.
Okay, 15.
Regardless of what it is, we appreciate all 83 of you
Yeah,
guys.
and it's important because I just want everyone to know that without your support, we wouldn't be growing as fast as we're growing right now. So thank you so much. Vlad, I'll let you take it off from here. You always say something. You want them to do
Bro,
what?
nothing special to say, but what is this thing? You know, you told us some story about it last time, but you were wrong. And
No,
today
I
our
think-
guest actually told us the true meaning of this, which is, Thomas, you want to
Yeah.
enlighten us again?
It's the clapper, man. This thing, the sticks, bro. This is to
Clapper, baby.
Yeah, bro. It's to sync up sound, like
Sync up sound.
sync up sound.
That's what it is.
This
I
is
want you
for
to
the
know.
editor. This is for the editor. That's what this is for.
So
Interesting.
you can see the spike when you
But
edit
see
it.
the spike, the audio spike.
Yeah. Wow.
But
You learn something new every day.
And how
But-
does Thomas know this?
well, we'll get into that. I want to ask another question. Does that start when the scene starts rolling?
Like-
That's when they use the sticks. When the scene starts to roll, right?
So you say, let's put in roast, like put the slate in. This is
Yeah.
the slate.
Awesome.
So slate in. They put in the slate, and then they say like scene 1, take 3. We don't really say roll, but like scene 1, take 3, ready.
And
Action.
then that allows the actor or the person that they're filming, right, or what's going on to recognize that it's time to start filming.
Everybody. So like you're like, when you're this guy, when you do this, then you're like, okay, you're basically giving the scene to the director. Like okay, so now you walk off the set, and then the director's just waiting, and everybody's quiet.
Sure.
Because like you kind of said, like we're about to go, and then the director says action, and that's when it's like
It's
now we're-
live.
now
It's
we're
ready to
in it,
go.
in it, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you obviously have some good expertise in this. Do you want to tell us and the audience what you do?
I'm a film producer. I do a lot of film, features, social content, food. I do everything. Stunts. Do a lot of stunts.
What is stunt?
You film the stunts or you do the stunts?
I film the stunts.
Okay.
I
Thank God. I
produce-
thought you'd have broken bones or
I
something.
do not. Some of the, you guys know Steve-O?
Yes.
So I help him out with his stunts. So his like
Wow.
not Jackass, but like anything Steve-O does like personally. If it's like a big project, he'll call me in and I'll help him.
I've seen his RV where it says like Steve-O something.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
does like a traveling show. It's
Uh-huh.
like a comedy show. You guys remember like Tosh.0?
Yeah.
Yes.
So like he'll go up and do stand up, and then he'll be like, then check out this stunt. Like this is what I did, and so people would go to that show and like pass out. Like grown men would just pass out because it was so crazy.
Wow.
Like he got like an epidural one time.
What is that?
You know, like pregnant women get like
Yeah.
big old needles shoved
You
in
know
their
what it is,
spine.
Vlad?
Oh my God. No way.
He got like an epidural, and then he like ran like not a marathon, but like he tried to run a certain amount of things. I don't know. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
He's crazy, man.
Yeah, Vlad doesn't know Steve-O that much. I mean, he's
Yeah,
never
bro.
seen the movies Jackass. I guarantee it.
Thank you for exposing Vlad. I was going to expose myself because I feel like a lot of the names that will be dropped on this podcast today, Vlad will have no idea. Vlad, I'm sorry, Vlad is from different planet, but I'll be still intrigued to hear everything you shared.
You live and you learn.
You learn, man.
So a little bit about you, Thomas. It sounds like you have a well-versed story. Give the people on how you kind of got into cinematography, videography, content, and all of that good stuff?
Well, so I always wanted to be an actor. So like I would act. I do theater and stuff. And at Orange Coast College, you guys know where Orange Coast College is?
Yeah.
Went to
OSHA?
Orange Coast College.
Oh, Orange
You guys-
Coast.
OSHA is like for the high school kids.
the high
I
school.
went to a normal high school. Like
Went to a normal high school.
But always wanted to be an actor. I did theater at Orange Coast College. I realized like, man, I'm doing these plays and then they're just gone forever.
Mhm.
I'm like, I gotta film this stuff, and like you watch movies, you like Robert De Niro and stuff. So I started doing film classes, and I would act for those too.
Yeah.
And they would actually people would bring me from theater to the film department, and I would act. And then I'm just like, man, I don't like the way this is being done. I don't like they're taking too long. They're not getting the shots I would get. They're not getting the performance out of me that I want. So then I was like, I'm gonna direct it now, So started directing at Orange Coast College. Won a couple of like short film things there. Yeah.
So you were curious from the beginning in mechanics of this.
Not really the mechanics. The mechanics. The only reason I was interested in the mechanics is because like I wanted control. So like I learned how to edit just because I didn't like the way people were editing. So yeah, that's the reason I everything I learned in film is because I didn't like the way people were doing it when I was on set. So I'm like, I'll just do it myself. And then I just kept gaining these skills. And I started directing like music videos, but then eventually I realized that like I'm a better producer. Like I'm kind of better at helping directors like find their vision. And like what a producer does, they're basically they're the nuts and bolts of the dreamer. Like they help with like, oh, you have this dream of like making this horse jump over the moon that's made of cheese or something like that. Producer's like, okay, I go find a moon that looks like cheese, or with the budget that we have, and
you make it happen.
I make it happen. I love that stuff. And and I realize that not everybody's like that. Like not everybody just wants to like just get stuff done. It's kind of like sales.
Yeah.
Where it's like you just ask.
Mm-hmm.
You just go ask and just go get a quote.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the quote. It fits in our budget. If it doesn't fit in our budget, hey, can you
work on it a little bit?
Can you work on it a little bit, or can we get more budget? It's like all you're doing is just asking.
So it's like general contractor?
It's exactly like it's exactly like that. If you're building a house, I'm the general contractor.
Okay. What's the difference between producer and director?
Director is like the architect. So the architect has the plans. They made the blueprints and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So they have the dream. They're like, I want a staircase here. I want this here. I figure out
how to make that
happen in the budget that we have.
What's a harder job? The director who has the dream and the vision, or being the producer?
The director's with the project longer.
Sure.
So the director is like with the project probably for like 6 months because they're like sitting through editing and stuff. Producer, you can produce multiple things at once. Like you can jump from here to there because you're not crazy creatively that involved. You are, but you're not the most creative person there.
Yeah, you just need the material to create the architect or the director's dream.
Exactly. If everything's moving, you can go do something else. If there's a snag, okay, I'm here. What's up? What do we got?
Yeah.
Once it's in post is like editing. You have notes and stuff, but like that's more for the director and stuff. Like me as a producer, I like to give the director like to just what do you want? What do you want? And keep to your singular idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As a producer, how do you really understand like the director's vision and like really like be on the same page as them? Like, what does that kind of look like? How do you get there?
I mean, you have your pre-production meetings, and you try to like you have them tell you a story. Like you really dig the story. You see the story, but while they're saying it, and then you're pulling it together. And like if you've done a couple of projects, you know how much stuff is like. like if they have a car chase or something like that, that means you got to get like different kind of camera rigs, and so you're like getting a car camera rig. You know how much money that is, so you're gonna put a little bit of extra money in the camera department right there, or if it's like drone stuff, like you just know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're grounding their idea, if that makes sense. You're letting them fly, but like you're grounding it in the real world and executing it.
Yes.
An executable plan.
Sure. I like that. And for the young audience that's watching this, and if they had dreams and aspirations to become a producer or a director, what would be their first steps to get into a career like yours?
It's like the easiest time ever now. I mean, we're shooting these on phones. Like you could shoot anything.
I like
now.
that.
You could shoot like it's this. I went to Orange Coast College, and I went to the film department mainly because they give you gear.
Yeah.
You get to use the gear, and the Orange Coast College's gear was like better than Long Beach, the Long Beach College, and like in some cases USC.
Wow.
Like they had red cameras. They had all like this is like top of the line cameras. So, you take a class. You spend $15 on a class, and you get like this gear, free rentals
thousands.
of these gears. Yeah, it was awesome, and so. It's cool with that because it felt like a fraternity. Like the film department there truly felt like a fraternity, and the theater department. But like the film, like my buddy that was my cinematographer for one of the shorts that I won Best Director for. He just shot Stranger Things 5.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a huge show. Do you guys know about Stranger Things?
Heard of it.
Well, heard of it. Have you heard of Stranger
Even
Things?
I heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane how big that show has become and the conspiracy behind that show.
Oh yeah, that it's still going and like
Yeah.
it's not over.
It's
Yeah.
not over, yeah, which is nuts.
I appreciate
Stranger Things,
film
wow.
because it's funny story. In high school, my senior year, I had to take a film class. I was like, film? Like I was like, okay. And you learn so much about different angles, cutting, acting and whatnot. And it actually, allowed me to get into filming content. I was a Division I athlete, and I would film day in the lives. And then I started a clothing brand, and I would showcase all the ins and outs of that. And now we're doing podcasts. But without me taking that film class, I would have never been introduced to the beauty behind content. So it's a real special thing. And now every single day, people are utilizing it.
Yeah, man, telling a story is like is a good selling and telling a story, which I mean, I guess they go hand in hand. Those two abilities are like the most important ability that a human can have. You could tell a story, you can
sell a room at that point.
You could sell a
too.
room with a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
It's the best way to sell.
Yeah, and if we're in car sales, Vlad and I, like if you can create a nice story for the customer or like somehow connect with them, you notice that the deal is much easier when you create that, like, oh, this is what I do outside of work, and like, these are my aspirations and dreams and endeavors. They kind of like enjoy that type of topic.
So it's not the story. This car has not been in any
Not
accident.
about a car.
80-year-old
Yeah, you don't want
grandma,
to.
80-year-old man drove this car
No,
and
in
never
car-
parked outside.
Yeah.
In car sales, you really don't sell the car. Like you don't talk about the
You
story
don't.
of the car. It's more human interaction
About you or like
about them and you, like how you can connect.
do you talk about like do you build the future them in the car? Like do you talk about like imagine you and your kids in this car.
You're meant to, right? But you do it nonchalantly. Like so, if a family member comes in and they're pregnant, like, oh, this is gonna be a great family car, one of the safest on the markets. You're truly gonna enjoy it. But you're not like telling them like, oh, your 3-year-old kid's gonna be in here. You may say that like, oh, in 3 years after leasing this car, I'll see you again, and then your kids will be a little bit older, so we'll be able to get you a bigger car. Let's say you went with the 5-seater. Now you might have a second kid, so now you need the 6-seater. So you kind of like build the story that way. Absolutely. Vlad's been doing that for a long time too.
Vlad, give us the case scenario where you had to tell a funny story and it worked in your favor when selling a car.
A funny story, brother. I can't think of that. But I know that storytelling is very important. I'm reading this book, the TED Talks, and they talk about storytelling, how it's important for sales, and to sell anything, you gotta know how to tell a story. But I wanted to ask you a question. How and who picks an actor for a film, for a movie?
It's like a committee. There's a casting director, so there's somebody that like their job is to gather up a bunch of people, and so for each role they'll probably have like 4 or 5 different options, and then from that the director looks at it, executive producer looks at it, and then final say probably goes to the director. So
Okay.
So what's interesting is for the audience to know, like, you work in Hollywood, I'm assuming.
I work in Hollywood. And I work in commercial a lot too. Like commercial, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Commercial.
yeah, like it could be for
aspect.
what's your biggest commercial that you've done?
Not commercial. I mean like commercial. What am I trying to say?
Like a business,
Like
more of the
business
business side.
Like the business side. So I work for this Food Beast. I work for Food Beast. It's this food media corporation.
Okay.
And so like we do.
What do
stuff
they
with-
do?
They have like a pretty big Instagram following.
Sure.
And also we have like a YouTube following too.
Yeah.
But I produce their media. And also actually I just sold my first account for them too. Because like so just like with Orange Rose College, it's like I love making media for them, but like you have to wait for the money to come in to make the media, like, you know?
Sure.
So I was just like, man, I want to see if I could sell something. And like talking to you at the gym and stuff, and
Yeah.
like just like bouncing stuff off. I hit up, you guys know Farmer Boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
The little fast food restaurant?
Yeah, bro. I just cold DM'd them on LinkedIn
Okay.
and we signed them. So
Wow.
now we're gonna be making
commercials for them.
Instagram content.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened with us today, or like at Fletcher Jones recently, is like we hired a content creator. Like, they have no background in content creation at all. It would have been probably smarter to spend money on you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Next time do that.
Yeah. And you would have produced a bunch of content for us.
Next time do that.
Yeah, we should. We should actually mention it, because
How long is the contract you have with this guy?
There's
No contract.
There's
She
no
works
contract.
a full-time job.
She's
Okay.
just a full-time employee.
Let's talk after this, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, and I think that you would create way more revenue for the
Yeah.
company from the content.
Yeah, man. I love this stuff.
Yeah, this is what you do.
This is what I do.
Hers is she bounces off of ideas that she's seen on Instagram, but that doesn't give you the true gist of what's like the talent you need to actually create a page.
It doesn't, but I mean, for Instagram, yes. Like for social media, like it sucks. Following trends is the way to like pop off on it. It sucks that like original content doesn't really get the shine. You know, like you're
Sure.
not, it's.
But it's the creativity that you'll have behind the camera.
Yeah.
That would be
For sure.
much
Bro,
different.
and I just got a new dope camera too. Like, man, I got
And
like,
editing.
Editing's easy. as-
So you know what Farmer Boys is? And you know what Farmer Boys is?
No, bro.
So it's like In and Out, but it's called Farmer Boys, and they like say that everything is from a farm, like everything, like
It's
their
farm
eggs-
fresh.
farm
It's
fresh food, right? Like their eggs, their beef, and all of that. To get signed on content creation like that's a huge thing.
Like, it was pretty dope.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I-
off of what you said, he said this before. He's like, you should just go on LinkedIn and DM CEOs. You should-
That's what I do.
That's what he said. He said, just go on LinkedIn and start DMing
Most people aren't
CEOs.
doing that.
And he said that.
You
And
never
he-
know. It takes one person to say
It
yes.
takes one person. Well, you don't. You DM the CEOs if you want something like, I don't know what else you want. I'm DMing the marketing
Oh,
person.
smart.
I'm DMing
Yeah.
the person that's like
Yes.
in charge. That their job is, in order for them to look good, I can help you look good. That's what
Yes.
I'm trying to do.
And you do that too, though.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting because if they gave us access at work to LinkedIn, we could add that into our profile, like scheme of doing business. But they don't give it to us on our computer, so you'd have to bring your own like material and everything. And you need a following, obviously. You can't just represent that company without getting a permission
Yeah.
from them.
And then you guys would like, Sell cars?
Yeah, we could tap into meeting CEOs that actually have money that want to buy big ticket items, right?
Yeah.
We did that. We walked. Sorry to cut you off, but when I saw Chimaev and Vlad, like I told Vlad about it, the UFC fighter, the world champion. He's like, let's go to Newport once a week. And we did. We went to Newport. We started talking about how Fletcher Jones can take care of you. We love to help earn your business. And we just walked into a random store and a gym and we met like 3 people with the utmost courage, bro. Like literally as if we're door knocking sales, looking for Chimaev. Like that's who we were looking for.
2 dudes in suits.
2 dudes
walking
in suits,
in random places.
looking for someone, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
then
the
it,
place.
Making connections.
it
Door to
popped.
door, baby, is the best.
It
That's
popped
the best
in my
in person.
mind like we're not tapping into even the local businesses. If we spent 1 hour every week just driving down to Newport, going into local businesses, how much more penetration can we have on meeting the market share and getting more market share down in our area?
Because I was going to ask, maybe it's the best new approach that we gotta pick and go on LinkedIn and DM people. But I think it would be the best approach if we would have lived somewhere in the middle of Ohio. But we forget where we live.
You
We
said
live
Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes,
You
"What
guys
if you
live like in Midwest, like we live in Newport. We were driving and then we see the cars of Milk Boys? What's
Yeah,
that?
Milk Boys was out
The
there.
Milk Boys.
Yeah,
They live out here.
And then we're
My
like,
buddy was their content creator.
see, that's
Yeah?
what I'm saying.
The one I
Oh,
worked
really?
with on Steve-O with, he was their content creator for like.
So building off this content, I want to hear from your perspective. When it comes to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, what is your perspective on that the masses don't really see?
My perspective on it that the masses don't see,
Like your angle where it's like, okay, we're gonna hit it this way and the masses don't see it this way, like they just go about it this way.
So when it comes to Instagram, you're always looking for engagement, and so I came up with this thing for Food Beast. It was who gets the hot one. So when I thought about it, I was like, man, I see like a Brady Bunch type thing, like the beginning of the Brady Bunch where there's like 9 squares.
The movie?
It's a
Just
TV show.
the Brady Bunch, like the theme.
That's like your era, huh?
you know too much for someone who doesn't watch TV, brother.
I used to watch. I used to watch TV every day, and I used to watch like maybe up to like 9 or 10 movies a week.
You still do, right?
You're very experienced.
I don't watch anything.
I thought you watched movies still.
No,
No, he's
not at
locked
all.
in, bro. He's locked in.
I'm actually locked in.
He for real is locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. I don't watch news. But yeah, before I would love that. That's what I love to do. My father, when he came to America, the one thing he loved to go do was go to the cinema, is what he calls. He's like,
That's cool.
that's the shit. Go to the cinema. That's the fucking
The
shit.
cinema is America's
Yeah, it's pastime. That's
art. It's only art that they created. Everything else, freaking sculptures and painting. That's Greece and all that stuff.
But America created
America created
the
cinema.
cinema. And then we call it
did.
movies, but back then it's called the cinema.
Yeah.
I don't represent Soviet Union interests. Don't look at me like I'm about to argue with you. I believe you.
Vlad's TV had the Soviet Union flag.
It was black and white, and the moment my parents bought me a nice TV, Sony with a flat screen,
It was a box.
motherfuckers broke in my house and stole it, brother. I come back, it was the most traumatic event of my life. I was about 8 or 9 year old. They bought a TV. I watched.
Who stole it?
I don't know, some bad people. and we left to our grandmother village to
Yeah.
visit them. We come back, and I remember when they bought it, I couldn't believe that it's fucking flat, brother, and it's Sony. And we watched this, what do you call it, Blake? The guy who kills vampires, the black guy.
Blade.
Blade, brother. Well, I can only say
Wesley
that
Snipes.
in Russian they called it Blake. And
Blake. Some dude named Blake.
right. Anyway, I just mentioned that since you mentioned the TVs, but you guys
Wesley
carry
Snipes is a
on.
great actor.
He's
a
great.
actor.
He's great.
So, how did you get into Hollywood? I know you might have been wanting to ask a question. Sorry to cut you off, but I really want to
ask
know. I really want to know, like, what? How did you get into the?
Because
big
I
leagues?
read your biography. It's something about you.
Workaholics?
You worked with Kelly Gun Machine.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine
Kelly
I
Gun
just know these 3 words.
Kelly Gun Machine is dope.
MGK.
Oh, he dates Megan Fox, brother.
Yeah.
I know Megan Fox for sure. That's one name that I know.
All right, so the way I got into that, it's like it is Hollywood is kind of who you know, but like so with Orange Coast College, I was in an improv group with the guessing Workaholics.
Yes, that's what I want to get into that because that's a fucking phenomenal show.
I was in an improv group with those guys.
That's what Vlad and I are. Workaholics movie. Like if you ever watch this TV series, you'd be laughing your ass
definition. Look at you and you say,
You love it, bro. Yeah, dude. These guys are not like you though in the
off.
show.
No,
they're the opposite.
about being funny and fucking doing nothing at work.
They're doing smoking weed and they're like telemarketers.
But go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was in a comedy troupe with them. Like we would do just stuff at Orange Coast College, which is still my buddies. I actually saw him today.
No way.
I saw the director and I saw Blake. I saw him today. There's longtime homies. Play pickleball. We do all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, they moved up to LA. I didn't. I stayed back here because I was like doing the film school thing and yeah. So like my way into Hollywood is kind of through them because like once they started popping off, like I would help. Once they started popping off, I forgot what the fuck happened. Oh no, I started doing stand up. They saw that. They brought me back in a little bit, so that's when I did the episode. So I did stand up.
Interesting.
Yeah, so stand up helped me get
so you got it through stand up.
through
Pretty much.
stand up and the guys because my homies did help me out. But like I consider those guys like that's my fraternity. Like just like film school is my fraternity. Like these homies is like my frat guys. Like I never was in a frat. Orange Coast College doesn't have frats, but like all of us like trying to do comedy and trying to do like sketches, like doing early YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Like was
You would be surprised about this show, Workaholics. So you're saying you went to school with the 3?
I went to school with Adam,
Wow.
Blake, and Kyle. So
Wow.
Kyle's the director, and he's one of the biggest reasons that I talk about Machine Gun Kelly. So I actually became his vice president of development for a studio. So he had his own independent studio. Brought me in at first as a producer, and then I became the vice president of development. Started developing shows. Made Celebrity Ping Pong because we had this space and it was just me. It was me and then one other guy that were just working for him. And I was like, listen, I just want to throw like parties and stuff here and film it. And so we did live stream. We did live stream before like live streaming was even like a thing, before Twitch.
What year?
I want to say 2016.
Jesus.
2006. Twitch might have been around, but we
It wasn't the
go
way
on.
it was.
Wasn't the way it was. So we were going live on YouTube. And so that started picking up. And Kyle was playing in it. He beat Adam Ray. Kyle then played Steve-O because Steve-O wanted to play next. And then Steve-O was like, beat Kyle. And so Steve was like, I want to play MGK next. And so it just kept building and building and building. So that's how we got to Machine Gun Kelly.
Wow.
Is the film world, is it small? Do a lot of people know, like, if you're in, you're in?
I feel like it's super small because I do feel like I know everybody on every show. I feel like every show I watch, I feel like, oh yeah, that guy, I know that guy. Oh yeah, that guy, I saw this guy like 2 weeks ago. Oh, that guy. Like every show.
Interesting.
I feel like it's super small.
But if you we talk about film industry, you think of Hollywood, but you said that you met someone today, which means that someone lives here in Orange County.
No, I was in LA today.
Oh, you were in LA.
I actually came here straight from LA.
Do a lot of people live here
Well,
in
now,
Orange County?
now because a lot of the stuff isn't shot in LA. A lot of stuff's shot in like Atlanta or Canada.
Uh-huh.
Like people, you don't have to live in LA. Once you get past a certain point, you don't have to live in LA.
But does it help to start?
It helps to start because you're going on auditions, and if you're like want to work in like a studio project, if it's like it's actually shot at a studio, which not everything is shot at a studio anymore, because of the tax incentives that California and LA, Hollywood doesn't have anymore. That's why productions are going out of town. So living in LA doesn't have the upside or doesn't help you as much as it used to.
Okay, but if someone is watching us in Indiana and wants to be an actor and wants to move to California, does it help if they move directly to LA, or they can live in Orange County?
Dream.
No,
Like
okay,
Black said.
that's my problem. I always thought I could just live in Orange County and figure out this,
Yeah.
you know, because I was in Orange County. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm like an hour away. Why am I going to go to LA?
Right.
If I need to go to LA for an
You'll
audition,
drive there.
I'll
Yeah.
drive there. You never drive there. It's an hour and a half.
Exactly.
You don't drive there.
Exactly. So you want to put yourself directly in the environment too.
You want to put yourself in the environment, and you want to bet on yourself. Like, I never fully jumped into the like. I mean, now I'm in it, but like early on in my 20s, I wish I would have just been like, I know I live an hour and a half right now away from it. I needed to move right into the heart of LA.
Are you
Back
planning
then,
to?
no.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Now you're stable.
Now I have kids and stuff, so it's now that we're gonna be here.
It's just a better place to raise kids.
Yeah,
Orange County.
way better, way better.
Because I feel like it
You can't raise
it
your
relates
kids
to a
in
lot
LA.
of spheres, not only movie industry, but like even cars. Like a lot of auto brokers grow super fast in LA, and
LA's
you kind of miss out here in Orange County. You have a lot of benefits, but you kind of miss out, I feel like.
my cousins
Little
lived in LA on Figueroa Street, and you go out there often, so you know what Figgy is and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So you grow up in LA, you have a different like aura like around who you are. LA just has this, they move different, there's a lot of culture, a lot of diversity, and they act completely different than Orange County. So when you're in the heart of LA, you can probably do more with your career and your results because of how much community is out there. Everything is like diversified into communities out there.
And there is so much
Like there's
money, but there is so much fake. So much fake.
Crazy fake.
Like we even get people from LA and you can recognize different character.
But
Like, oh, they're
then
from
there's
LA.
the wealthy in LA though.
There is a lot of money. There is more money in LA for sure.
There's
than in
because of the
Orange
jewelry district and all of this stuff. Like there's so much more like affluent wealth out there. But the issue is like you could get shot and robbed anytime in LA.
Yeah.
It's the issue. You could literally be driving in your beautiful Maybach and an old lady hop out here in Orange County, right, in their Maybach. It's fine. But over there, you hop out in your Maybach, your old lady, you're going to get robbed right away.
Yeah.
They'll try to steal your car.
Random question.
Yeah.
Looking at three of us, Brandon, Vlad, and Corbin, who would have the best shot at becoming an actor in LA?
No offense taken.
My man right here.
I would say so too. I told Corbin that Brandon has something about him that
Got that it factor, bro.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. That's something you can't.
and everything flows like when he talks. He's got talent.
Megawatt smile. There it is.
Is it
see?
megawatt smile?
Megawatt.
I've never heard that.
Megawatt.
Megawatt, bro. No, it's like that. It factor, bro. Doesn't matter if you're a good actor. Like if you don't have that it, something that like when you walk into a room, it's just like, oh, who's this? Like that.
That's good.
Yeah. You mentioned, you would want to put yourself in or immerse yourself in LA, right? If you had to go back in time. Right now, if someone wanted to be an actor, would you tell them to utilize social media
Yes, I would tell them.
and build a personal brand and leverage
Yes.
that?
Yes, film yourself, film your friends, just film every day. Like there's a freaking there's so many people just popping up out of nowhere, and I know they're social media stars, but like that's what we were back then, like now they actually have a platform to show it. We were all making like little YouTube videos. Now with the social media, it's so much easier to get to, and it's on your phone. Like before, you'd have to go on a computer to watch what we were doing, but it's so easy now. I mean, it is like diluted because there's everybody's trying to do it, but just film yourself and do it consistently.
But is consistency really the key to success? I mean,
Yes.
you can be consistent, and if you get just few likes for 2 years, you have to tweak something, you have to change something. Or,
Yeah, look at analytics. Like look at
and you have to look at trends, right? Like you said.
trends. Yes, look at trends. Don't follow trends too much. Like don't like make every single thing trend. Like but like a quarter of them, like try to put a trend in or put like a trendy music thing in it, like something that'll just peak the algorithm just to give you like a little boost. But then be pure to yourself and make sure you're doing shit that you like to do and that eventually can pop you. That's what I think.
So the algorithm is huge.
Algorithm is
Everything.
It rules everything. There was a change in the Instagram algorithm where, because now it's like more For You page. Yeah, so now if you don't have a large following already,
Yeah.
you still have a chance for a video to pop,
Interesting.
because it's more about what you're doing than how many followers you have actually now. So did you notice that too?
Yes.
It happened sometime at the beginning of the year, like,
Yeah, I noticed I got more views on a lot of my videos.
yeah.
Not a lot, like not substantially, like thousands more, but at least hundreds more, because I have such a small audience right now.
Yeah. I mean, I only have like 5,000. I'm not big. I don't got blue check mark or anything like that. But like I did this stupid thing where I was talking on like news. I was talking about like I had the news behind me and it hit like on my page it got 2 million, and then this one guy like spliced it or whatever, did that duet thing. He got like 25 million. And it's just
Of your video?
yeah, just random video I did. And that didn't happen before. I think this was last year. 2025, the beginning of 2025, the algorithm changed where it's like it didn't look at your follower count. It looked at like what are you actually saying in your video, and they throw that out to different people's For You page that like that.
You mentioned you have kids,
I do.
and how old are they?
14-year-old girl and 12-year-old boy.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And do you see them in the same sphere like you are? Maybe being an actor or producer. How do you see their future?
My daughter, she plays flag football. She's like an athlete. I see her as a leader on the field. So like, I guess a little bit of like a producer on the field, like moving people around, making sure everybody's like going in the right direction. You know, she's a middle linebacker. So I see that. I try to like push like leadership onto her and vocalizing and making sure everybody knows what's up. For my son, he's more into the arts. He's still trying to figure out what he wants to do. He likes theater. Yeah, probably pushing him more into it just because he naturally likes it more.
Okay. Do you think it's a good career path for someone who is 17, 18-year-old and is trying to figure out what to do? And what are the chances for them to succeed in today's world when we have so many kids of rich people that grew up in LA and know people, and you said that connections are important. I mean, what are the chances to win in this world today?
It's very rough. I'd make sure you have, I mean, I hate to say it because you never want to say like have a plan B, but like, I don't know, make sure you're good. Make sure you're, because I went like all in, but like not all in. Does this make sense? Like I went all in Orange County, whereas I should have went all in LA. I should have went to LA and just went all in. But like, I was still trying to do it here.
Right, but it's a little bit different now. Like you mentioned the plan B, and you look at some people. Like I was in Palm Springs, and I'm driving for my run at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I see this homeless with tattoos all over her face, and she's got luggage behind her, and she's obviously homeless, and she had aspirations and dreams and bet on herself at some point, maybe moving to this area, putting tattoos on her face, and she didn't have a plan B, and now like she's homeless. So you have that scenario where a lot of people moved to LA, and they were trying to become someone, and they were doing the waiting jobs and stuff like that, and they never became stars, celebrities, what they planned to do, and they stayed waiters. Maybe people shouldn't do that anymore, and they should actually stay in Ohio, Indiana, or even abroad before putting all the bets in the world on them, and go through social media first. Because if you're good, the market will show you that you're good. And today, the indicator of how good you are is the market, which is social media. So why move into LA if you could test yourself in the market through social media? Does it make sense? Or do you still think if they move to this environment, they actually have more chances?
Nah, social media first, man. If you could, you
Check yourself, like Jake Paul did, right? And Logan Paul. They
he was
grew
on
up in
Disney.
Ohio.
But didn't they do like Disney Channel?
Yeah, they did.
But they grew up in Ohio, like in the middle of nowhere.
But they came to Hollywood is the issue.
They did.
Yeah, so
I think they blew up first in Ohio.
people come to Hollywood though. That's where it all starts.
So you think they should actually, these kids that have dreams, they should come to LA?
If you can make it to LA and you're in the film industry, which you'll have a better input, but if you make it to LA and you want to be in social media, you want more views. I've noticed that people who do live in LA get more views than most people. They just, I don't know why, but their content always gets more views than our content here in Orange.
And we forget that you can also run into someone. If you have real talent, like you go to the gym and can you spot like a talent? Can you spot someone who maybe doesn't realize that he's got an actor talent and you're like, oh my God, this guy would be good. Have you ever seen something like that or thought about it?
No, not that often.
So those people that have ability to change someone's lives, do they actually pay attention to the world or does it happen? Like, because
I mean,
I'm
you
sure a
can't-
lot of
like,
people
you
dream
do-
about it. Like, oh, I'm going to go to LA, I'm going to run into someone, right?
Yeah.
But does it actually happen?
It does sometimes. Like casting directors like find somebody like a waiter or something, like, man, you have a great personality. Do you ever act and stuff? Yeah, like that does happen here and there, but
But you can't bet on it.
you can't bet on it.
You got to test the market.
You gotta test the market. If you have a good family that can help you, like between the ages of 20 and 25, go all in. Like if you're like, if they say like, hey,
You mean financially?
financially.
Okay.
If you have people that can back you from the ages of 18 to 25, go all in, do it.
But God doesn't help them, I feel like. God doesn't help someone who has help. I feel like the real talent is breaking the wall himself. And he has no plan B. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger came to this country with no one there to help him. And then he, did it in bodybuilding world first. And then he became one of the most known actors in the world. And then governor of California, number 5 economy in the world. So he did it with nobody. And there is plenty of stories like him. And I feel like God is more on your side when
When you're all in.
when you're all in and you're all by yourself. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I wish I would have done that earlier.
So what's your advice to 18-year-old, just like you, if you don't want to be producer or
Fuck
actor?
it, go all in. Go all in. Go all in, but also have another skill within the industry. So if you want to be an actor, figure out another skill in the industry so you're on set all the time. Does that make sense?
No.
So not necessarily. So like cinematography, like figure out cinematography, figure out lighting or something like that. Do that as well, so that you can always be around sets.
Okay.
For you, Thomas, who was that role model or who gave you the biggest game that helped you get to where you're at today? Working with multiple stars, being successful in that niche.
I mean, it's my boy Kyle. My boy Kyle, he let me be, he put me in charge of his studio, and yeah, that got me like the most, he co-signed on me, which was cool. And so from that, Steve-O, from that, Rick Glassman. And Rick Glassman's podcast is where I did the thing with Paul Rudd, and so
Jack Black.
Jack Black was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal question related to our podcast. How do we grow this podcast? Besides consistency, because we got that, right? We post 3 times a day on social media. So basically, each of us has to post once a day. So it's 3 people. So we post 3 times a day. But then all of us post it on 3 platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And I mean, we see the growth, but I think we could grow faster. How do we grow these podcasts faster? How do we get the right guest who could help us? What do you think?
So you guys are doing like shorts, right? You guys are doing.
We do shorts and we have YouTube long format. So today we're doing long format of video, which is gonna go on YouTube.
Yeah, and
then with
shorts from this.
we split it in shorts.
Yeah.
Man, just keep pumping out those shorts, because those shorts is like you're fishing, man. You're fishing for that one big one, that one like viral one that's gonna be like, oh, these guys are talking about some
X,
crazy
Y, and Z,
shit.
yeah.
These dudes are talking about some crazy shit. So let me go check this out, and then they'll come on over.
Yeah, like this guy in a hoodie and this guy in a suit, like, and what the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah. And get like, how long are your shorts?
We try to keep it between, right now we're using Opus clips, so we got like 30 seconds or 60 seconds or 1:30. And I mean, we used to try to cut it ourselves, right? And it would take us 30 minutes to an hour to do that cutting. And we all work full-time jobs. So it got to the point where we're losing about 30 to an hour of our day trying to cut a small short. And then Vlad's raising a family. Brennan's working 12 hours right now, leading a team. And then car sales, like, you don't know when you'll get off. You can get off at 11 or 12.
Yeah.
You know, latest deal I've ever done, I think, was like 11:30 or 12 here in the morning, which is ridiculous. Imagine showing up at 8:30 in the morning.
I did 2 a.m.
Yeah, you did do 2 a.m., but that was a good deal, though.
No, it was.
Did you close it?
It was back in Laguna Niguel.
Yeah,
Did you close it?
Of course, you don't stay till 2.
Crazy.
Crazy. What happens during that time is like the customer comes in at 8
I don't want to think.
when we close, you know,
It's crazy.
and then you go 2 hours into showing what they want, and then you have an hour in finance and an hour of delivering the car. And Vlad used to have to deliver his car. We're blessed here where we work. We have a team do all that for us, which Laguna Niguel didn't have that, right? You would have to, after you
That's why I stuck with that crazy woman until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because
And
she
she
couldn't make up
acted
her mind.
like it's not fucking 2 a.m.
No.
She acted like
It's because, like, let's say you buy a car from us.
Uh-huh.
And Vlad and I, during the beginning process, you know, at other companies, you would show the car, go over all the features and amenities in pretty immense detail. Here, we're like more like, let's get to the sale portion of it, sell you the car, and then Brendan is our specialist, and so he'll show you the car afterwards while Vlad and I get back to working another deal.
or we can leave.
Yeah, because it's important for us to move the unit.
Yeah.
And Brennan's job in this situation would be to show you as a customer how your new car works.
Oh.
But that service is given to you for the entire time you own a Mercedes, from us at least at Fletcher Jones. We'll take care of you. That's our goal.
I'm sorry to cut off the advertisement, but how do we grow our channel? What do you think?
I think you got to look at analytics. So do you guys look at the back end of like your Instagram or anything like that?
No,
I,
let's be honest.
I set it up.
I would look at the last like 10 videos, see which one popped, and then try to make more videos like that. Like if you guys talked about
Does it need to be controversial? Because I feel like everybody's fighting for attention, and nowadays you see everyone who's getting the views doing something obnoxious, talking insane.
No, it's either controversial or educational, and I think you guys are already doing educational stuff. So like just talking about like sales and stuff, I'm interested. Find like little 1 minute educational, whether it's about, you know, how to make it in film, or even like talking about the sales shit, man. You guys talking about that is fucking interesting to me.
Why did you come out and decided to spend some time with us on this podcast this late evening?
I like this guy, man. I see this
Thanks,
guy at the gym
Thomas.
all the
I
time.
appreciate it.
Of course, man. Yeah, that, and it's just cool, man. I like talking to people, and I like what you guys are doing. Like the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
This is cool, man.
He liked the podcast because I sent it to him, and then I found out that Thomas was the director, and I'm like, man, we're shooting these shitty videos. We got a professional over here watching us. But then he came in the other day. He's like, I really like what you guys are talking about. It seems natural. Like you guys talk about business as if it's just nothing to you, or sales like it's nothing. Like it's something that shows that we do this every day. Like that's what he said to me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Let's have you on the show because we want to meet other, entrepreneurs or people that are going all in their own careers, and let us know like what was the most success you've ever had? What's the least amount of success? Was there a breaking point in your life? And I wanted to bring that up because I think that's one of the questions that we have as underdogs. Like, was there a moment in time where you didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, where you thought that this isn't going to be able to feed your family?
Bro, it's like, that's all the time. I'm freelance.
I'm
freelance. I mean, I guess you guys are freelance too. You guys are salesmen. So it's like,
yeah,
freelance. I ain't got no salary.
Yeah, we don't either.
I had a salary for a while when I was working for Amazon, so Amazon had a Crown channel. It's like, it's their Twitch channel.
Okay.
And I was working for Food Beast when we were doing a show for them. They paid us to do a show for them because they have a studio here. Food Beast does. I produced a whole season of that, and that was like a steady paycheck. So that felt like a salary to me. It was awesome. Amazon liked it so much, they were like, hey, we want to buy Thomas, basically. They wanted to buy, they basically bought me. Okay. And I was, I used like Food Beast and we worked it out. So like, they were like my shell company. They were like, because I didn't have a company. But they were like farming me out, almost like white label. You understand what?
Sure.
Yeah. And we were working up in Seattle doing another show. And so that felt like the most salary type job I ever had. What was the question again? Sorry.
Was there a breaking point at any point in your career?
Like that was the only time I actually felt really good about this career, was during that time. Every other time it's like, with this, you feel good about it because you got savings after you do like a big job, but it's like, it's sales, man. It's like you're freelance. Your job to job, always.
What made you lose the Amazon position, or you just stepped away from it?
The Crown, it went out of business.
It shut down.
Amazon stopped doing Twitch.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
How do you sell yourself though to, a director or to a company? Like, what does that look like? What do you say if you don't even have a proven success track record, right? I know you do, but someone who's starting new, how do they go about that?
Make your own stuff, make a reel, make dope stuff, and then be like, here you go, and probably don't charge that much at the beginning. Just get your foot in. Mm-hmm. Once you're in, you're in. Also, you could do like smaller jobs. So like, instead of being the cinematographer, maybe you're like the second AC, or you're like, I used to do like PA work, which is production assistant work, and used to do catering sometimes. Like, you just get on set,
yeah,
and then you'll naturally build. If you're competent, you'll naturally build, and you'll talk to people in the crew, and then the crew will bring you up, and then you're here, then you're there. Like, speaking about this, so I did a feature film. We did it in the woods. I was the producer. But we didn't have an AC. We didn't have an assistant camera guy. And so I did this. I did the slate, which is like not the biggest role, but I was also the producer at the same time. And so because it was a small project, it actually worked out pretty dope. And so I would stand up and I'd be like, okay, you guys ready? Everybody ready? And I'm like pointing the camera A, you ready? Camera B, camera C, rolling, sound. Okay, good. Actors, are you guys ready? Okay, everybody ready? Director, you good? Okay. Take one, blah. All right. It's all yours. And I sit back. And so everybody on set, all the cameras were facing me before each scene. and my voice was heard. And because of that, I got some work just because people saw me as the leader, saw me as the person that like got shit done. So just doing that, going for roles that like don't hide yourself. Also with Food Beast, I tried to work with Food Beast for a while because they're local to Orange County, and I was seeing this dude up for like 3 years. Like, yo man, like I'm like right around the corner. I would love to work with you guys. I like what you guys are doing. Finally, he hits me up and he's like, hey man, I have 2 roles we had to fill. It's either the assistant director or camera B. Camera B, you just stand behind it, you push record, and you like move back and forth. No one fucks with you. You're just,
I love it.
you're just
Yeah.
you're just doing this. Assistant director, you're in front just like this. And I did the assistant director thing and they were like, we love it. And that's how I worked longer, because I was in front and they saw that. Whereas the camera people, we switch out every week. So not being afraid to take roles that like put you front and center,
I like that. Taking every opportunity.
Every opportunity to make some noise,
100%.
Yeah.
So this is and you don't, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer, but like, what's the most amount of money you've been able to make as a producer or director in Hollywood? And if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer, but we like to talk about how with success, there comes like that moment where your career peaks, or, you've had one of the best years because of all the work that you've done.
Or you can talk about how much one makes in
Yeah.
a position like you, or what's the potential?
What's the potential? That's a good one too.
Potential to make like, I don't know, 30K a project or something like that.
Nice.
Yes.
And so just to tie that in so the audience can understand, what's a typical, like, if it's 30 grand per project, how many projects would one do in a year? If you're good, right?
If you're good, 5 or 6.
5 or 6, nice. And
This is like lower level. Like this is like,
this isn't like true, like
this
making a
isn't
film
like
for the
Marvel.
cinema.
This isn't
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
stuff. This is like everyday shit.
Yeah, simple stuff. So what about that? Like maybe you kind of know about that. What about making a Marvel movie or a big time hit like that? Like what would someone make off of a film like
that's
that?
millions. You're making millions off
As a
that.
producer
Yeah,
or a
that's
director.
big. That's director, producer. You're making millions.
And is it only like 1%, just like in a lot of industries, 1% of whole 100% people that represent this industry make all the money? Is it the same in film industry?
I think say it one more time because I cut it off, so that's my bad.
It's like in real estate.
Okay.
If you're a real estate agent, most of the real estate agents, they don't make any money. They just have the license. But there is 1% out of 100% of all real estate agents that make all the money. I feel like it's the same in a lot of industries, including yours.
Yeah, there's the top people, but I mean, like the director and the producer and the executive producer are usually the top 1%. But like, you could see like my buddy that's on Stranger Things. He also does like other work. He does like maybe not so big of shows as well. So those jobs, the actual like workmanship jobs, those guys move from like the small projects to the big projects, small projects to big projects. So I think it's not just like
The 1%.
1% Marvel is up here doing all the jobs.
Okay.
People move in and out from those different scaled projects.
Okay, so you can still make decent money if you're not in top 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to wear more hats. That's the only thing. So it's like if you're not working for a big project, then you might have to edit, direct, do all that stuff. So
Building off what you just said, being a producer, one of your skill sets is creativity. How do you stay creative without burning out?
I mean, you kind of do stuff outside of the field that you're in, I guess, So like, I like to play the ukulele. I like to, I go to an art museum or something and just look at art and let my brain just go different places. Like look at a book about like Caravaggio, who's like this painter that does like these real darkly lit like Renaissance paintings. I just love looking at those. Yeah, just go outside your own field to find
Just
your creativity.
stay creative.
Stay creative.
Right.
Yeah, don't just be locked into like to film. Like go to different aspects, different art, and
you bring that up
Cool
all
things.
the time to me, right? Like get out of the office, don't work 7 days a week, because he knows that like sometimes I'm obsessively working like every day. But then that one day, right, I met Chamaev because I ended up not showing up to work that day. I was actually like that had to have been fake, because I was meant to be on a tax phone call at that time. But instead I postponed the tax phone call because I wanted to run 6 miles. So I was like, let me go run. Then I met him. And now I've just been listening to him on repeat, like this 1 minute, 23-second video of like, I'm the best, I'm the champ. And I've been listening to it for hours. Probably now it's been at least 24 hours it's been on repeat on my phone.
this
I
is
swear.
a 1.5 minute.
Yeah, it's just like a small video I found that says like, I'm the best, I'm the champ. And I've been listening to it every day.
He's crazy like that.
I haven't stopped listening to it.
Because it just pumps you up.
I don't know. I went on runs every single night with it on. I wake up, I
And that's
have it on.
all you listen to? It's just a repeat of a 1.5 minute long clip?
Yeah, like I'm the best, I'm the champ. If you want to be great, then you must do like, there's a couple like words in there. Like if you want to be great, then you can be great.
This
If you
is
don't-
the type of shit I'm talking about, bro.
If you don't want to be great, then that's up to you. If you want to fail in life, that's up to you. Like, but I'm the best, I'm the champ, I'm gonna win. And like it just on repeat all day. And then there's one with Habib that says, go back to Dagestan if you don't want to be, like if you care about what your mom thinks of you, go back to Dagestan. She'll make you a home cooked meal. You can be weak.
Damn.
But if you don't care about what they're doing, then you can be successful. Like if you want to be great, you want to be great. Like it's just on repeat all day.
Yeah. This is the pot. This is the fucking shit that's gonna make you all fucking pop on this.
I mean, we try absolutely super hard to even make it here, and then post the content.
But what I'm saying is what you just said, like, that's the interesting stuff to me at least.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah,
Like not what I'm saying. To be honest with you, like whoever you have as a guest, they're coming into your world. So I'm more interested in your guys' sales background, and like I would love to figure out how to we could talk about like the film to the sales and all that stuff. Like the common ground that we both have,
Yeah, no, I agree. And especially like Brendan right now is filming live sales phone calls. And
Filming live sales phone calls.
yeah, it's like a big thing right now going on Instagram and social
Oh,
media.
I see the guy that does this. There,
Yeah.
On to the next.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Giuliano
I
Massarelli.
love that shit.
And so he's mimicking or like basically like following the trend, and it's fucking working. And he's good at it. Brendan's really good at it. Like in it, he makes it like, that it factor, right? Like,
Yeah.
when you're watching Brendan, you're like, oh, that looks good. Like the content's good. You can make that happen.
So you're filming who? You're filming people?
No,
do-
himself.
Yeah.
You're filming yourself.
He
do
has
it.
2 phones,
Yeah.
so he can do it.
Making cold calls and getting reactions of like me booking demos or getting like a close or a sale,
Yeah.
as well as like rejection. Usually the rejection gets a little bit more
What's your
Push.
highest thing? What's your highest view count on one of them?
few thousand
That's cool.
videos. I started maybe 3 weeks ago, so trying it out, but it's
But
working.
are people talking in the comments? There's
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
engagement.
Uh-huh.
I
Dude,
have
that's awesome.
2 videos on cold calling, and they already hit like 2,000 to 3,000
Damn.
views like within days. And I only have 400 followers, and most of them are my friends.
That's awesome.
I'm
man.
be honest, they're like my friends. Like they're actual people I grew up with in high school that just support me. I don't have much more following than that. And I get a
That's
couple
cool.
of stragglers that come through, but you have no idea where these people are from. They could be from the other side of the
Yeah.
planet. You absolutely don't know who's following you, but
Yeah.
my friends, they always take care of me.
That's
they always,
awesome.
They always watch. They always support.
You guys are in car sales, right?
Yeah.
So are you guys ever scared of? Not scared. When somebody calls the place, you know that other guy, the fucking buff guy that calls car places,
Oh, Andy Elliott.
Andy Elliott. You guys ever think you're gonna get called by Andy Elliott?
We're blessed because where we work, we don't answer inbound calls. It goes to a whole room and stuff. But in a normal car dealership, yeah, you get a phone call. But who cares if it's Andy Elliott
I'm
or
not
not?
fucking scared.
We're not
I'm
scared of
gonna
anything.
expose Andy Elliott.
Yeah, like for us in car sales, in car sales, it's such a brutal career or a job to even go into. You don't even think about like answering the phone call. The competition is really weak out there. If you call a dealership during the day, if we ever sat together, you would be like, what type of like honestly pathetic person is answering this phone right now? Like it's that bad. But then you meet a professional like Vlad or I who actually like, we know that's gonna pay our bills, so we're gonna figure out how to sell you a car. But most of the time it's like, when can you come in? No relationship. I did phone sales for a long time. So like I'm very smooth like with my approach on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's super good.
Like I have a SL like MyBot coming in tomorrow, and immediately when I knew like that it's for a MyBot customer, like I go into this monotone, very soft. Thank you for calling. So this is our next plans. I'll see you at 11:30. And so like you couldn't break me on the phone. I'm not gonna get excited.
Very pleasant voice on the phone.
I'm not gonna get excited.
Vlad likes his voice.
And I'm not gonna get like.
I know it's a little bit
Like,
gay, but
I'm not gonna get confrontational at any point. It's just gonna be like,
it's monotone.
oh, like, lady called in yesterday from Vegas. She's like, what? I have to pay for shipping for the car? And I'm like, yeah, it's just standard procedure that we have to complete. Like, there's nothing to my phone sales savviness, but people can't tell who they're working with when you say monotone. They can't judge you based on age, color, or look.
we have salespeople that work there that make $1 million a year.
Yeah. So we
is
think,
potential.
you know, there's potential.
We just interviewed one last week. Yeah.
Who would you say is he the #1 car sales rep like in the country?
No, he's one of the top guys at our store, but selling the most cars doesn't always make it the most money.
Yeah.
Andy Elliott in his career, I think he mentioned he made his peak year was like $700,000 before he went into management position, which in our world is great, but we live in this world. Like we live in the world where we surrounded by Andy Elliott's.
Yeah, so it's hard for us to like, there's people that are very successful in car sales, and then there's average people, but it takes time. And that's something that Vlad and I, like, I don't have, like, I have more time than Vlad, but we don't want to be that patient. I wanted to spend when I met Vlad 20 years at a company, and then I realized like, I can't work for a company to become a billionaire.
And hard work is important because I admire hard work in Corbin and in general. However, I don't think it's the main key to success. There is a lot more than just hard work. This is where it starts.
Yeah, I'm just building at least the discipline to keep going.
Yeah, but you have to move on once you have the discipline and look at other angles of your life.
Right.
And you also, when you only believe that the main key to success is hard work, you almost create this universe for yourself that you live in where you believe that the only way to succeed is hard work, and that's not the way a lot of success will get to the top.
No, they don't. They work hard, but you always do have to work smart too at the same time. You have to be able to work smart.
But before you work smart, work hard. You have to work hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people do forget though. It's like you might have to work hard though, like extremely hard. Like to the point where people are like, you shouldn't be working that hard while you're building, right? 10 years. Like Andy Elliott, Alex Hormozy, they didn't get anything that they ever wanted in the first 10 years. It was on like year 10 that shit like changed their life.
Yeah.
But they'll tell you for 10 years straight, they did work every day and they did miss vacations. They did miss birthdays. So it's hard to find that balance when you're listening to everybody around you. Like, do I stop what I'm doing? Do I keep showing up? But the one thing that was the determining factor for these people that became successful, like Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, was they did it for themselves. And I'm doing it for a different company.
Yeah.
Kind of get what I'm saying? Like,
totally
I can work 7 days, but it's not for me.
Right, you gotta work hard.
So
5 days for a company because you
yes.
have to these
And they
years
give
of
2
your
for
life.
your.
Then
Yeah.
you have to get 2. That's why I'm trying to
and
drill
that's
in your
what
head.
I'm missing. Yeah, and that's what I'm missing out on.
What are those 2 days? What do you know what those 2 days are going to be for?
I haven't decided. That's the issue. Like Vlad has decided what his 2 days are for. I'm still trying to figure out that goal because I'm tight on liquidity to make those jumps. Right? When you're living on your own, you're by yourself, and then you're tight on liquidity, you kind of get stuck in that rat race.
Mm-hmm.
But I've talked about Vlad. I asked him, like, how can we use an affluent person that we know, maybe such as not like yourself would be for the film aspect since we know you, but we know other affluent people that could fund like a dealership, that could fund something that Vlad and I can run like a brokerage.
We already get offers.
And so we're not tapping into it, but we also like, we have to have a game plan for this stuff.
Yeah.
And right now,
Time.
Vlad and I work on opposite schedules, and unfortunately, I wanted to move on his schedule, but backstory of it all is like the tactics aren't there. I'm not gonna get like the income that I want. Vlad, he's producing the income. He's great at creating and generating business for himself, and that's
Through social media.
because he uses a niche like his Russian.
Through social media, you sell cars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Russian speaking community, which he wasn't tapping into before this job. So because he's tapped into that, he doesn't need to rely on the company for like his success. And he's never relied on a company for success. For me, I'm like at the mercy of my company. So I need to take those 2 days off to figure out that next avenue. And so I'm still figuring out because I do want to open up a dealership. I do want to open up a brokerage account where I basically work for myself. But you need a team. Nothing is built with one person.
But this is the biggest problem in today's society among youth and among people in general in the United States. We live in a rat race and we can't move on to the next step. We don't have time to think and open up our mind for our next creative steps, or we know how to do it, but we never have time to implement those ideas. Because, you know why? Because we fucking stuck in debt. We have so much debt in this country, and it's all about being cool on social media, and that's where it starts, because basically you surrounded by everyone successful on social media. And I mean, a lot of people are opening their eyes right now, including people on social media start talking about it and show other side of their life. But it's still big trend, bad trend. And there are people like us who's showing their journey on social media while building their success, not having success yet. This is what this channel is about recording the journey while you go to the top with all failures, and you know, people who are just like us who can witness that and can relate to us. So not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, and also we're missing that second income, right? Like two ways of generating money. That's huge. Like having 2 sources of income is something that you need if you want to get to the next level. When you're relying on one source of income, you kind of like fuck yourself over. And that's like you said, you're betting on yourself at this time. Brennan's in a great position in my eyes because he's around something money can't buy, which is someone that's worth like 100 million that can actually teach him how, you know, he got to 100 million, right? We don't get that opportunity to be around successful, like actual entrepreneurs
On a daily basis.
on a day-to-day basis,
meet
because
these successful people.
that is the money, is meeting the person that actually is already successful and taking their knowledge, because knowledge is money, knowledge is power. But we're surrounded by people that are just average, which like really like is hard to listen to their opinions half the time, right? Because they're just, like you said, a bunch of Andy Elliots that just like, they're in car sales. But Andy Elliott left car sales and created a sales team and a whole legacy.
Yeah.
That's where the dream comes into play. And he's probably worth 100 million too. Brandon's company, the guy is building the company to sell the company. So it's like a different mindset of thinking, right? And for you, you're doing a passion and a hobby, and it's paying off, and it's feeding your family, and it's great because it's something you love to do. I don't think that we love what we do, but I don't think I could do this like every day for somebody else. I would rather do it for myself.
Yeah.
Right, but for an artist, for an actor, for a creative person, just like you, you fight so many battles as you work on this dream, just like a lot of other artists. And it's so easy to give up and go full time and get a job. And I don't know what would someone do who is young, who wants to be a producer, who wants to be an actor. Do they have a full-time job? Or maybe there is a danger of going into a wrong environment, being surrounded by wrong people, and those people might influence you and completely brainwash you, because that's what happens when you're surrounded by average people, like Corbin said. And maybe you maybe have to sleep in your car for a month. Or do you go and get a job? What do you think? How do you go about fighting for your dreams? Do you fight and you're stubborn and you're just like, you chose the path, you have no plan B, I'm gonna sleep in my car for 2 years, but I'm gonna become an actor? Or do you get a job and then kind of try to build your career as an actor as a side hustle? What do you think?
I mean, I like the giving yourself. I like plan A, but with a deadline. Give yourself a deadline. Give yourself when I say 25, give yourself 25. If you're young, 18 to 25, give yourself that deadline.
Yeah.
I mean, sleep in your car, sure. Sleep on a couch, sure. If you don't got kids, I mean, I'd do that. Sleep on a couch, sleep in your car. Be a bartender at night when there's not auditions. You know, work shifts that aren't during the times when you have auditions, and just do that.
And it's super smart because you could do a lot with being a bartender. Make a lot of money as a bartender. Some bartenders are clearing easily 100,000 just doing bartending from like 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So basically, don't go in either extreme that I just described. You don't
No,
have to sleep in the car when you can do bartending job, and you can do some part-time job, and you don't have to go and get a full-time job.
But don't get a job that is during the times that you want
auditions.
Of auditions.
Okay, because then you basically give up, and
That's
you're
giving
gonna
up.
get influenced by environment that you're in, and you're gonna forget.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're gonna be convinced that it's not for you.
Well, you're putting your energy where you want to go, and they called I mean, I was a bartender too, so I was doing bartending while I was the vice president of development at this place, because, I mean, we were developing things, so we didn't get paid until
Everything was set
everything
in
was
stone.
something, you know. So like, they call it the golden handcuffs, man. They call bartending the golden handcuffs. It's like, you start doing it and you just like, oh, I'm making good money here. I don't have to go to the audition because I'm making good money. It's a golden handcuffs.
Yeah, you can make an actual lot of money bartending. Like the Pendry or whatever that place is that they go out at night. They say a bartender there makes easily $2 to $3 grand a night. A night, bro. And we're over here struggling to make a car sale for, a Mini, which is $250. Like, just to sell the car, and we spent hours with someone, right?
That's the commission you guys get out of car sales?
On something that's given away, right? We're commission based, so if we sell the right car, we can make a lot of money, right? That's how they make. Someone can make up to $1 million. The company, right? But if you meet the wrong person, and I posted a video about valuing your time when you're with the customer, right? Your time is just as important as the customer's, and they don't know that. I had a customer the other day come in and says, "You don't get compensated for showing us the car and we don't buy." I'm like, "No, we don't get compensated." They're like, "Well, you guys should at least get paid hourly." I'm like, we're wasting too much time talking about how I should get paid when we're in commission-based sales. Like, I didn't tell them that, but in my head, I'm like, look, you guys aren't buying the car. People show up to the dealership all the time. They need to look at the car, but they don't realize that us sales representatives, we don't get paid to show you the car.
Yeah.
We are hired to actually sell you the car.
Yeah.
That's it. And if we sell you the car like at the lowest bottom, like for the dealership, someone's got to get paid at the dealership, right? That's how the lights run. Then Vlad and I get the short end of the stick. And then you as a consumer don't understand, like, we're going to get taxed at 50% on that one commission.
Damn.
Because we're in a commission-based sales environment.
But then your environment and the dealership is trying to make you proud of your units and push more units for them because they get paid.
They get paid.
And then they clap at the meetings and then they, show you how many cars you sold, and you're in the trap of.
And so we make good, like, on the opposite side of that is, like, you can make up to what, like 13 grand a deal. June made a deal for like 22,000 on one sale, right? Like, so there's an upside to it too, right? That's a lot of money to make on one commission voucher, but that's 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000. So you got to swing and swing and swing and swing and swing.
The pipeline.
And swing. And yeah, and then these people have been there 15, 20 years. 15, 20 years with a company, and they don't have the retention that some people have.
I think you sold a Mike Tyson car. Oh. The person that you just mentioned.
Who? Oh, June? No, it wasn't Mike Tyson. But they sold Mike Tyson.
No, not this time. Like,
yeah, we sold
throughout
Mike
his
Tyson.
career in the dealership.
We sold Mike Tyson, Amon St. Brown, Nicholas Morrow from the Philadelphia Eagles. We sold to a lot of celebrities. Mark Bowman, that plays for USC right now. Juju Watkins got a free car from Fletcher Jones. So we have a customer base, but the issue is like, how many times can you not value your own time? So like, that's the most important thing that we're trying to talk about: the creativity, understanding your 5 days a week, and understanding how to value your time. Because you could make from 9 to 2 more money at a bar than you can working in sales. But do you want that?
It's not only about this. We're working in a prime location in a very wealthy area, and if you just look at the sale as a mini, you're gonna lose, and it's gonna screw up your mindset. I look at this as relationship. Even the people that you didn't make money on, bro. If you look at their house, it's almost like always $2 million house and up.
Easy.
And you think about it, like, I can take this relationship in anywhere, or it's actually a wealthy person, and now, I can broker a deal, or I can connect them with someone and broker a deal between them, or there's so many ways you can use this relationship. But if you don't think about it, then you're never gonna utilize it, and you're just gonna be there forever, making nothing.
And that's what happens though for most of these sales reps. The retention is so low that there is no relationship building. You and I, we've done some different things to mitigate that.
We
We're
have
reaching
to
out
talk to each other. By the end of the day, reach out to 5 previous.
Yeah, so we reach out to all previous customers. I write thank you cards to all my customers, handwrite them. So the retention's there for myself and Vlad. But we do sell based on relationship selling.
Nice.
We don't always see the money, because if we did see the money, we would cherry pick, but we don't.
Mm-hmm.
But we do value our time. Like, if we know we're not going to get paid the most commission, we need to move through the deal faster so we can make room for the people that may come in that are going to buy something like a big ticket item. Because that's what ends up happening is we spend 3-4 hours with the customer and we build the relationship, but we forget about why we're here, what's our end goal. Brendan, for you, and you don't have to bring it up, but I know right now you're hiring as an SDR. So if someone on this young channel is in the local area of Orange County and looking for a sales job and you guys are hungry, what's the most amount of money that an SDR could make potentially in a month? Killing it, making the dials, not being afraid of rejection. And I'm just bringing it up because it's nice to hear. A lot of the younger group, they get a catch on like what money can you make from a sales industry.
Yeah, 100% good question. What an SDR is first is a sales development representative, and what they do is make outbound calls and basically get decision makers, regardless of what industry, to say yes to a virtual demo, and then we'll have an account executive, meaning the closer, basically close on that sale. At our company, there's reps making anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 in a single month. and they don't have to do any closing of the deal.
And no experience, right? No
Yeah, no
education, no
experience.
You
experience.
just have to get the decision maker to watch this demo.
To basically just join a virtual demo. So it's like a Zoom call, but it's via Google Meet.
And you don't even have to, the virtual call doesn't need to sell. You obviously want to give Brandon, let's say he's a closer, the hot, like, you know, the right information to make that close.
Mm-hmm.
But his job says that you don't necessarily, you'll still get paid, right? If the demo appears.
Yes. It's basically making a lot of outbound calls and getting the right person to show. If you get a certain amount of people to show and it closes, you could still get compensated even though you're not doing the closing yourself.
It's one of the toughest
If it
jobs.
closes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You,
Thank you,
man.
sir.
Appreciate it.
For those that stayed with us until this point, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in the next one.